soaring hot. It's still humid out there though, but much better conditions in terms of the wind blowing, pleasant sighting of the ball, and the field is nicely laid out as well. First delivery from Rahul. Comes back in sharply enough. He is appealing loudly, and that has been given out by the umpire. Delayed signalling, but he thought about it long and hard. And what a start for the Pumas. Winning the toss, choosing to bowl first. And that is a super delivery to get a wicket as well, first up.
An absolute ripper there. The ball landing in that good length region, angling back in. Decent pace behind the ball as well. Rahul Chaudhary starts off exactly where he left yesterday. Saurav Gowda departs without scoring.
Oh, he was not expecting that. That jagged in from way outside the off stump. From definite movement from the pitch. And he went up straight away. He was convinced that that should have been given out. The umpire took his time and gave it out. There might have been the doubt of the ball just hitting outside the off stump, the impact, but still going through with that decision. Bold one, and great for the bowling team.
Shubhankar Biswas is the new batter in for the Jaguars, and he was just getting ready.
Well, he better be worried after seeing that first delivery from Rahul Chaudhary. We haven't really seen such movements in the past. It's the 6th game of the tournament, and we're playing on a new pitch. Second match of the day, and he's moving it as well. This is a slightly shorter, easier for the batter to stay on the back foot and tuck it away. He wanted a single as well, set back rightly so.
If that hint of movement isn't already dangerous, that additional bit of bounce, that steady pace of that surface, it's turning into a nightmare for the batters. At least that's what the first 2 balls have been. The first one, angling back in. The second one, that movement was slightly minimal, but that pace from Rahul Chaudhary, is a tall man, can definitely use that pace as his weapon.
Has to pitch it up. Even shorter again. Now that's going to be easier for the batter to tackle. And especially when you're getting swing, bowling those short deliveries, you're losing out on a trick or two. But maybe setting him up, maybe the next one is going to be fired up. And if the ball swings in, well, best of luck, Shubhankar.
Very rightly pointed out. Ideally, when you have that hint of movement going your way, played with soft hands there to the fielder at point. And as you were saying, Piyush, when you have that movement going your way, if you're bowling it short, you're stunting your own weapon there. Pitch it slightly fuller, slightly in that good length region, get the ball to move around, create that shadow of doubt in the batter's mind. You have a slip in position, so great captaincy already. You don't know where the next ball is heading.
Super tight over so far. A wicket and 3 back-to-back dots. It's going to be another dot. Shy of the stumps. There is a good backing up as well. Looks like a strong unit in the start of play here. The Pumas.
That intent out there from the Pumas is so bright and brazen. Look at how the fielder, there wasn't anything, it's just that the non-striker, Shreyash, he left that crease for what? A centimeter or so, and the fielder was very quick to pounce upon that ball, pick it up, and gun it back towards the stumps. Brilliant work there.
Goes for a big one, goes over the top. And that was a very good option when the ball was pitched up. No movement there for sure, but great result for the batting team. They end the first over with scoring a boundary 4 for 1.
A juicy half volley to Shubhankar. A rare bad delivery in this over from Rahul Chaudhary. Making great use of that field restrictions. Goes forward with that full swing of the bat. That was a humongous swing. That ball hurtled towards the ropes. It was a great start from Rahul Chaudhary, except that last ball. But once again, when you're playing T20 cricket, there will be misses, there will be hits. You have to lift through all of it. There's no second thought about that. If you keep on thinking about that one mistake you committed, you would simply keep on committing that error over and over again. It's better to just accept that the error has happened, bite the bullet there, and then go forward, learn from it, start doing something better. Swastik Samal, the new bowler in, has decent momentum when he runs in. That run-up of his is extremely sharp, gets to hit the deck pretty hard.
Oh, beautiful delivery to start off, just beating that outside edge. Ball slightly keeping low, does not carry to the keeper as well. That's why keeper seems a little flustered with that delivery as well.
Almost a trail of smoke leaving in its wake. Look at that movement, very subtle, very minimal.
That's on the leg side, not the best of timings, but he might come back for the second. This is good running. Very good running, well judged. And Shreyans also opens his account.
That awareness from Shreyash that the fielder actually was running away from the ball, had to pick it up, turn. That'll cost him an additional second or two. That is where he said that that second run should be there. Great thinking, great awareness.
Again, just shimmying across, trying to play it towards that area. Single taken again. Mind you, this is a very strong batting lineup. The Jaguars, we have one of the century makers in the team as well. The captain himself, Govind Poddar, yet to come. Has not come at the third position today. It was an early wicket, as early as possible. The first delivery that was bowled. And is sent in Shubhankar instead. He's already scored a boundary. Last ball of the last over. It was an expansive shot over the inner field. What's the field for him? Same setup as before, rudimentary. There's a sweeper cover and there's a square leg as well. So there is a short ball coming in. That's an edge. There's no slip in place. There was a short third man and a single taken once again.
It was this very delivery itself that the slip was removed. He actually came back to short third, and now probably he'll be heading back to that slip position. And at that very point in time, the edge started carrying. The bowler's thoughts are all right there, but that field change didn't work in their favor.
Gave a charge to that shot inside edge. Big chase for the square leg fielder. Cuts it off right next to the ropes. 2 more runs.
That was played with very firm and strong hands there. The ball was hurtling down towards the ropes, but a great work there by the fielder, particularly in the deep. It's not easy. First of all, you have to run in, then keep your balance and ensure that the throw is all right. You got to get all these boxes ticked, and that is only when you can keep the batters or the runs in check. Great work.
Last ball of the second. What a shot that is, but he found the fielder. Great movement, gets that drive going as well, but doesn't find the gap. It's the end of the second. It's 10 for 1.
Rahul Chaudhary will resume his duty from the other end. Got a wicket on that first ball itself and produced a brilliant over till that fifth ball. The last ball was a rare bad delivery that was treated with disdain.
Yes, that was some risky intent from the batter in the last over. Now he's off to a fresh start. Nice delivery. Again directed towards the stumps.
Good line, good length. Just getting the basics right. And the surface is doing the rest. The surface is providing him that very late hint of turn, or rather movement. The ball angling back in. Rahul Chaudhary just reaping rewards of his diligence. And at the same time, the track says, why don't I help you a bit as well?
Such a fabulous customer to have in your team as well. He picks up wickets, but he's very economical. He's really tight with his lines and lengths. That's pulled away straight down the ground, and a brilliant effort by the mid-on fielder. That was definitely going to the boundary ropes, but he saved 3 runs for his team there. Yes, you saw that right, 11-run partnership, because the first wicket fell off the first delivery, and this is the effort in the field that I was talking about. 3 runs to his name. Every run saved is every run scored.
Excellent running between the wickets there. Was very aware of where the fielders are. Just nurdled it around and instantly got up that block.
It's getting slightly darker as well. I can see some hovering clouds. This good start would be imminent for the Jaguars in case the Duckworth race would come into play. There's a lot of thinking to be done. Just 1 boundary so far in this innings. This could be the second. In fact, this is the second wicket, both for Rahul Chaudhary and the Pumas. Thanks the Lords. That has hit the top of middle stump.
You want to brave the pace of Rahul Chaudhary, you have to get into position earlier than that. He got into the position earlier, and to be honest, it was more of a premeditated shot and got it entirely wrong. This is beautiful bowling, and just what you call the paradise for a fast bowler. That top of middle, Rahul Chaudhary has just clipped that. This is excellent bowling from Rahul Chaudhary. Gets the second of his day.
6 of 9 for Subankar as we await the arrival of the captain Govinda Pudar.
As you mentioned, the captain, Govinda Pudar, has walked out in the centre. His team needs him. His team needs a leader who can bail them out of this current jeopardy. At the moment, Rahul Chaudhary has not provided much breathing space to them, continuously bowling that hard length, getting the ball to angle back in, trying to pitch it somewhere between that good length region and just on that bottom half of that fuller region, leaving the batters in all sorts of doubt. And this has so far been another brilliant over from Rahul Chaudhary. Just a couple of runs, a wicket as well. And at the moment, this power play entirely belongs to the Pumas.
Oh, what a start, yes. Once again, not to mention winning the toss and choosing to bowl. And these are some results that you'd expect from the bowlers to produce. And you have bowlers like Rahul Chaudhary, Was bowling a fantastic line and length once again. Comes in to bowl his second over, picks up the second wicket as well. And look at the economy rate as well. Just 6 runs given away with another ball coming up.
And as you mentioned before, the clouds are getting darker, it's intensifying. So if Duckworth-Lewis method comes later into play, these initial overs will actually be taken into account. The conditions will be revised as per the condition now.
Uses his feet, nicely punched away, but equally well done in the field. And just to top it up with a cherry, he throws the stumps down from there as well.
Yeah, that is electricity crackling through the hands of the fielder. Was so quick to pounce upon that, pick it up, and then throw it on that dive. It's not that he recovered himself and then went for the throw. That is why it looks so brilliant to the eyes. And look at the throw there.
Yes, excellent cricket. First of all, just using his feet to come down the crease, punching it. Really nice timing. But the fielding effort was a perfect match-up to that shot as well. It's 13 for 2 after 3. Quite an eventful way to get off the mark. The last ball of the last over there for Govind Poddar, the century maker. And he also held on to his bat. He was not out in that game, 120 not out. So he's yet to be gotten out in this tournament. First delivery way outside the off stump. There was an opportunity for a cut shot. And there is a fielder stationed exactly for that kind of a shot in the deep.
A very risky shot to play that cut there. A better option would be an uppercut. Just get those wrists into action, get yourself in position.
He's trying for a late cut there. But an awkward bounce for him to play that shot. Very difficult to do so. He's getting some bounce here, Swastik Sammy.
You're talking about that late cut. To be honest, in no way those last 2 balls he was in a position to play that late cut. Ideally he'd end up nicking the ball. For a late cut to happen, he'll first have to get underneath the ball or get away from that ball.
Off the back foot, punched away. He would want to push for the second and he's going to come back for it. Very fast running between the wickets. And that is good thinking early on as well. If they cannot get the boundaries, might as well go ahead and push the fielders.
They're still taking those risks, which is important. One may say that at the moment it's unnecessary, but as I mentioned, as we talked about, that this weather conditions aren't exactly the most promising ones. So if later Duckworth-Lewis method comes into play, every run you score here would be coming into impact.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. He's taken him this time. In fact, the batter walks. Outstanding stuff from Swastik Samal. I was about to say that he's been threatening him outside the off stump. Finally gets that tickle. And glove work does the rest. That's a brief knock that has come to an end from the captain himself.
That was exactly what we were talking about. In order for a late cut, he has to either get underneath the ball or get away from the ball. He's not giving himself enough bandwidth to play that shot. Once again, that half-hearted late cut attempted, and Govind Poddar, he knew that the very moment the ball was near him, he's nicked it. This is excellent bowling, to be honest, from Swastik Samal. Stuck to his guns, got the reward.
Shadowing that shot in the dugout right now. Third wicket goes down. They're in tatters, the team Jaguars.
Shreyansh Bharadwaj is the new batter walking out in the center. And Govind Poddar, the man who was unbeaten the last time, with a century on day one of the tournament, played an unnecessary shot, sacrificed his wicket. At the moment, the Jaguars are simply, rather it's Ashish Parija who's walked out to the center. So apologies for the same. There's a bit of a confusion from my end, but now it's clear. Ashish will be the man facing Swastik Samal.
Swastik Samal, he just worked his wicket out in that over. Kept on bowling on that channel and seemed like he's definitely seen Govind Poddar playing. They might have been pitted against each other in previous leagues or tournaments. Maybe bowling to him in the nets, you kind of get an understanding of a batter's technique. But whatever it was, some amazing disciplined bowling from Swastik Samal in this over. Changes the line straight away for Ashish Parija. And a back foot block.
On a track like this, where the green is almost predominant there, and it was also pretty dank out there in the morning. It later dried out during the day. You need to be very, very technically sound as a batter. It's not just those wild shots and slashes that you enforce. You've got to get your positioning, you've got to get your balance right as well.
Oh, that's cut very hard. There's no fielders there. And that is going to race away to the boundary for a very, very welcome and an essential for the batting team. 19 on the board.
A fraction shorter off the delivery that claimed the big wicket of the captain. And Shreyash was very quick to react to that. Rather, Ashish was very quick to react to that. Whips it there.
It's 19 for 3 after 4 overs. Now there is a change in the bowling attack from the Pumas. Jersey number 31, Minal Parida. So they're sticking to pace all throughout this first session of play. And it's worked out for them 3 wickets already. And in comes another pacer. And bowls a similar length. Quick single taken, misfielding will allow them to get comfortably home as well.
Despite a questionable shot selection from the batters, what the Jaguars have done right is that running between the wickets. But in this case, between Ashish Parija and Shreyash, that turned slightly shaky there. Not the best of starts from Minal Parida. Taking it away from the batter, there wasn't any movement on that one. That was also very short. So probably Shreyash would beat himself up that he couldn't connect with that.
No matter power play or no power play, they're 3 wickets down. They have to rethink everything right now because a lot of overs still to come in this innings. And by rethinking, they have to go back to playing shots on the merit. Wait for the bat balls. That's slightly uppish, but in the gap, they'll collect a single there. Just changing the pace a bit. Minal Parida, also known for that. Quite a lot of varieties he also possesses.
Eyeing that huge gap between the deep mid-wicket fielder and the fielder who's manning the mid-on. There's a massive gap there. There's no fielder in the deep during that position, or in that position rather. So the idea is right again, but then he'll have to be careful about that shot selection.
As we speak, he's closed that gap. He's brought in a fielder now towards the short mid-wicket area. So it's a catching position for him because of that change in pace in the previous delivery. Now Shreyash is the batter. Again with soft hands, but this time denied the single by the fielder.
It is Sushil Barik who's manning that point region, and he's very sharp. He'll just pounce upon that ball and he'll almost gun at your stumps even before you would realize. So ideally the batters are avoiding that single whenever the ball's going out to that fielder.
Yes, there was a misfield in that region in the previous single that was taken in the first delivery of this over. So they would like to compensate that with coming in a little closer and cutting out those singles. That's the delivery, good one. Again off the inside half, just a single, no more than that. Best time as a bowler inside the power play.
The surface has been very kind to the bowlers, except that second innings of the first match we witnessed, where it was a rampage created by the batter. Ran away with the game single-handedly, scored the fastest half century of the tournament. Minal Parida steams in. And he punches it back towards the fielder at cover.
It's 22 for 3, and some outstanding bowling has enforced the situation to the batting team. A lot of supporters there watching through fan code as well on their mobile devices as they watch the match live. That's cut away in the gap. That is raced away in no time whatsoever, and is also punched a hole in the Lions hoarding there.
He simply swatted that with all his power there, Shreyash. Rather Ashish. How wonderfully he placed that shot there. The two fielders were transfixed to their position as mere spectators. This is excellent cricket from Ashish Parija.
With those visuals, 5 overs have been bowled. It's 26 for 3.
Not a very healthy presage to what is going to come. Dark clouds forming. The first day of the encounter was succeeded by some heavy downpour yesterday, and didn't rain that much. But then we had a delayed start due to a wet outfield. Today, at the moment, it's dry, but it's not bright and sunny. The conditions are now overcast. There's a gentle breeze as well, caressing the players out in the center.
Well, as the legend goes, it almost always rains during the Rojo festival, which is going on right now. It's Pohili Rojo. It's 3 days of Rojo festival that is going to go around. And it almost all the time rains during this festival. We've got a little bit of a sprinkle in the morning, but we're hoping that we do not get more rain during the course of the game right now. Spinner for the first time has been brought into the attack. It's the left armer Sushil Barik to bowl the last over of the power plays.
A little shimmy down the track, and then plays it with very soft hands to the fielder at long off. Ashish and Shreyash, they're coming together well. They need to be there right now. They cannot hurry. They've lost 3 wickets, another wicket, and the Jaguars are done and dusted.
Now Ashish Parija has played a couple of great strokes. 2 boundaries to his name already. Now he's moved in to double figures. But Just one plan for them, just to set a great platform for the rest of the overs, for the rest of the batters to come in as well. That's cut away late, and has it been dropped? Did it carry is the question. But I think he's probably hurt himself in the process. That was a slightly short delivery outside the off stump, cuts it away and falls right in front of him. So he was just checking on his fingers there after that.
Another great piece of work there at that backward point region.
Wow, wow, what a shot. That is classic from Ashish Parija. Somehow manages to score a boundary every over now, and that was one of the best.
That was a gentle brushing aside of the cherry. Rock back and very gently, very gingerly caressed it towards that leg side, picked that gap to perfection, and despite a full stretch dive from the fielder, nobody was stopping that.
Well, that was a great touch off the back foot as well. Just timed it, no real power involved. Last ball of this over coming up. Last ball of power play. All threes on the scorecard. 33 for 3. It remains 33 for 3 after 6 overs.